So today we're on the set of the NeNe Leakes Show. So I'm feeling good. I haven't had breakfast yet or anything to eat. I'm not a breakfast eater for those who know me, but I'm feeling good. For those who are watching, you can look forward to Tamar Braxton and Bossip for all things tea. A face that would describe today's set or guest. I would have to say it would have to be like a Lil Duval face. You know I love you, Lil Duval. Here to spill the tea on my favorite segment, All Things Tea, is news personality and managing editor of Bossip, Dani Canada. Hey, Dani.
Hi, NeNe.
Good. Nice to meet you. Now, listen, now I'm always reading Bossip. Y'all be trying it, too.
Do you think we try it?
Yes, y'all do try. Yes.
We love you, NeNe.
I love y'all, too, but y'all do be trying it. Y'all be over there acting a fool,
If we ever try, I want you to call me.
Okay, I will.
Personally.
So I got to ask you the same question I ask everybody that come and do the All Things Tea segment is that, do you guys fact check?
We do.
You
we
do?
Sometimes, if we can.
Sometimes.
If we can now. If we can't.
So wait, now if I'm just a person that maybe I was in a relationship with a guy and I was a celebrity guy and we broke up and I decided to slide into your DMs and be like, I want to let you know that he really is on the DL. Would you accept that and then put it up?
No, we don't do that. We have a whole legal team that does not play this. So we don't do that now.
I feel better.
If there's a rumor, we say allegedly, reportedly, and then we're always open to celebrities to come and like set the facts straight.
I see people say allegedly all the time. Is allegedly?
Yes. Yes, legal will tell you if you don't know it to be true, you better put an allegedly on there because otherwise you're going to get sued.
You would?
Yeah.
So even though you say allegedly, because I've seen bloggers get sued before, and maybe they said allegedly, but does that like help you not?
It helps you. It absolutely does help you. That is one of the key ways to protect yourself. If you don't know it to be true, don't put it out as fact because it can come back and like bite you.
So I can't just say, well, I heard or the streets are talking.
No, because they're going to be like, what streets?
Okay,
what
them streets
over
Peachtree Street.
Peachtree Street. They'll be like, okay, but who on Peachtree Street?
Well, the man that was sitting on the side,
he
spilled a little tea and told me what time it is.
No,
so
you got to be real sure.
So what's going on over here in the entertainment industry and the
so
world
much.
of gossip?
Yes, there's so much going on. First of all, Beyonce kicked off the Cowboy Carter tour.
Oh, yes, she did.
She looked amazing.
Oh, she did. Did you see Rumi?
Yes, that's exactly what I was going to say.
I
Rumi's
love
so
that.
cute.
Now, you got to say, Blue Ivy has come a long way. That girl is out there doing her thing.
She was boom cacking for her life.
And looking like her mom.
She looked just like her mom.
And almost looked taller than her. I wasn't sure she had on heels or not.
She is a tall girl.
That
She's
girl
only
is
13.
growing. That's it?
Yeah,
she looks amazing.
Yeah, she looks amazing.
She looks a lot like her mom.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan. I got to tell you, I went to the concert and I went twice because I enjoyed it so much. It really helped put the album in perspective to me.
Yes.
Before that, I was like, oh, I don't really care about this song or that song. And once I went to the concert and saw how amazing it was, I was like,
Beyonce puts on a show.
She puts on a show.
Nobody doesn't like Beyonce.
It's amazing.
If you try to hate on Beyonce, honestly, I kind of feel like it's a character flaw because I'm like, she does so well.
She does so well.
So she was amazing last night.
You know, what I have to say that I love about her as a parent, it feels like she's getting her children ready for the spotlight.
She is.
And ready to take over that stage.
Rumi is ready already.
Yeah, Rumi
said, put me out there now. Yes, that
girl.
was cute. That was cute.
So what else is happening? That is cool. I hope she's going to be coming to Atlanta.
She is. Are you going?
Of course.
Of course you're
I'm
going.
going to be right there. Yeah.
I can't wait to see your outfit because I know you're going to slay.
You know, the last time everybody was wearing, I think, silver.
Yes.
And my silver didn't look right on me. And girl, I ended up wearing green.
Oh,
Of all colors, I had on green. But I was cute now.
You're always cute.
I was cute, girl. I had that green on with the feathers.
We are going to be looking for you in your Cowboy Carter attire. We will post
I'm on
that.
it. I'm on it.
Send it to me personally. I'll post it.
I'm on it.
Okay, awesome. There's some other news report that's not so fun. So Misa Hilton and Mary J. Blige are feuding.
I saw that.
Yes, Misa is suing Mary for $5 million, accusing her of trying to stop Vado from working with her. So Vado has a management deal with Misa, and she's accusing accusing Mary of sabotaging it.
So is Misa a manager?
Yes, she is. She has
She's
a manager.
Oh, see, I didn't know that. See, I only know Misa from the fashion
Style.
world
Yeah, exactly.
and styling and things like that.
Yeah.
And what I also know is that it always seemed like she and Mary was friends.
Exactly. They've been friends for years, since the 90s.
This
so
is
it's
really
unfortunate.
surprising.
Yeah,
and it's sad too.
It is.
It's always sad when friendship just go down the drain. You've been friends for years. It's hard doing business with friends.
I was gonna say that.
I'm gonna say, you doing business with friends?
That can always
baby,
sully a friendship.
Listen,
Yeah.
it will mess a lot of things up.
Has anything like that happened to you before?
I do probably.
Okay.
But I do know that doing business with friends, I'm really funny about it. Like I really would not do business with you. And I actually had a friend that kind of got mad at me because I bought my house through another friend, but I didn't buy. I kind of, me and that friend was really close, and I didn't want to buy from her, so this friend ended up finding a house for me, but everybody is a realtor.
Yes.
And
Especially
anyway,
now.
it can mess up a lot of things.
It
so
can get really
I don't
messy.
do business with friends as often.
Yeah,
No.
It gets way too messy. It gets way too messy. But I want to talk about something that's not messy, and that is Michelle Obama. So Michelle Obama was on her podcast talking to Taraji P. Henson.
Yes.
And she said she was a fan of
Love and hip hop.
Yes, Mama D in particular, which
I
is
saw
crazy.
that. I love Mama D too now.
Yes.
Please don't mess with Mama D.
But I feel like if she's a fan of Mama D, she has to be a fan of yours too.
Yeah, I like Mama D.
No, I'm talking about Michelle Obama.
Oh, she is. She's already said it before. When they were in office, I actually went to, they're already a fan of mine. So.
I already knew that.
Hey,
I already knew that.
Barack. Yeah, they're already, good friends of mine. So I'm good. Yeah.
What other celebs are fans of yours? Because I'm sure it's so many.
Actually, there's been a lot.
Yes.
A lot of them that really do. I'm surprised when they approach me and be like, oh my God, I'm a fan of yours, or reach out to me and say they're a fan of mine. I'm really surprised.
Yeah.
But, I've been doing it for a really long time.
Okay.
When Housewives came out, I obviously was one of the originals.
You were.
And so people were really watching the show back then. Yeah, they were watching television back then.
They were.
Now
Not just
people
social media, not just clips.
and
It's totally
streams
different.
and stuff like that. So people are doing it different now.
Yeah, absolutely. Another thing people are doing different is dating. So there's a lot of talk about age gap relationships these days.
Did you say dating?
Yes, we're talking about dating and age gap relationships. So Tracy Ellis Ross said that she prefers to date younger men because.
So do I.
Yeah, okay, we're gonna get into. So she's 52. She said men her age are toxic. They have toxic masculinity. She likes younger. Of course, we know about Shannon Sharp. He was dating someone who was 19 when he was in his 50s, which is crazy. So a lot of people are dating way younger. You prefer that. That's what you think.
I do prefer younger, but I'm not trying to go way younger. Because you wouldn't catch me with anybody 19.
There's nothing to talk
Like, there's
about.
nothing for us to have in common, honey, other than we going to get a scoop of ice cream or something. There's nothing that I want to do with a 19-year-old. Like,
Correct.
I still need you to be a man.
Exactly.
I said a little bit younger, not a lot of bit younger.
Yeah,
You know, just a little bit younger. Yeah. And I do agree with Tracy that a lot of men that are, I would have to say, late 40s up,
Really?
they really are toxic. Once they become 50s, to me, they're set in their ways.
I can see that.
It's really hard to change them and get them to like new things.
Yeah.
So I would prefer a little bit younger as well. Now, I was married to someone that was 12 and a half years older than me.
Right,
But
right.
when I married him, I was in my 20s.
Yeah.
So
And you're
at
probably
that
really
time-
mature.
Yeah,
like,
but now I do prefer a man that is grown.
Yes.
A man that is established.
Yes.
And a man that is open to new ideas.
That's the key.
And not so stuck in their ways.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
What's the youngest
That I would date?
that you would date?
Well, I actually dated somebody kind of young one time. It came out. Might have been on Bossip.
What? Yeah.
But I don't know, maybe 10 years younger. That's a little bit younger to me. 10 years, maybe that's enough.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see that.
Not like Shannon, 40 years.
That's crazy. That's too much. It's just nothing to talk about. It's just too much. It's too much.
Shannon tried it with that one.
He really did. He did. But of course, since I'm here with you, I have to talk about Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Yes.
Now, Sunday's episode ended with the Nashville girls trip, and
Okay.
Portia made a comment that she should smash Angela Oakley's husband, Charles, which of course Angela didn't like.
Of course
Of
not.
course. And Portia just basically said it was the Hennessy. She said, I don't remember anything that happened that night. So I would love to get your thoughts on that. Would you forgive a girlfriend for making a comment like that when she's inebriated?
First, it has to depend on the girlfriend.
Okay.
One. And two, I don't care who she is. I would be looking at her side eye.
Yeah.
Even drinking, why would you even make a comment like that?
Yeah.
That's a bit much for me.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a lot. It was a lot. But Angela Oakley is in the news a lot these days. People are loving her on Housewives.
Okay,
and
great.
Carlos King actually said that she was offered Housewives from season 3 through 9.
Okay.
Do you remember seeing any rumors about her?
No, I don't. But I have my own relationship with Angela Oakley. I have an organization called Ladies of Success. She joined that organization a few years ago, and so that's where she and I met at.
Yeah.
And but no, when they're casting on Housewives, sometimes we get to know who they're casting. Usually when that person has gotten kind of far in the casting process. Yeah. If there's somebody they're just pursuing, they probably didn't tell us about it.
Right.
But these girls usually talk so much, they'll come out and be like, they were looking for me to be a housewife. You be like, girl,
They wanted me.
they wanted me. It's like, girl, they didn't really want you. They were just trying to talk to you.
Scouting.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's
yes.
it.
Yeah. Speaking of scouting, someone who wants to get scouted is Mia Thornton from the Real Housewives of Potomac.
Okay.
Now, she moved to Atlanta. She quit Potomac.
Yeah.
And now she actually came out and said on Posted on the Corner with her man Ink that she would love to join Real Housewives of Atlanta. She said they have real friendships on there. She thinks she could get along with the group. She's been hanging with the ladies. Would you see her on there? Could you see that?
I don't know about the real friendships. Okay, we can rethink that one. But did she quit?
She did. She's done with Potomac. They've already started
so she
filming
quit,
without her.
Or did she quit?
She quit. That's what she said. That's what
Probably.
she said. Yes.
Yeah, she probably quit. But
I caught that. I caught that. Yes.
yeah, but I don't watch the show.
Yeah.
So I do know Mia from clips and things that's coming down social media, and I think she and I may have DM'd each other once or twice. Yeah, sure. I'm sure she'll make great housewives with the rest of these girls.
Yeah.
Just come on down here and just be messy. You should fit right on in.
Do you think the girls this season are messier than usual, or is this about the same mess as always on Atlanta?
I don't watch the show.
Okay. You just see the
So
clips.
I don't know. I don't watch the show, so I don't know if they're messier or what. But mess sells.
Mess sells.
So it works.
Mess sells.
Yeah.
Well, listen. Well, thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much for having me. This was really fun. You'll have to
Yes.
come back and play
I
with us again.
would love to. I would love
Yeah.
to. Absolutely. You're such an icon.
Good. Thank you so much. Thank you, Bossip. Dani Canada. Yeah. She's a part of R&B royalty and Grammy-nominated, Emmy-nominated, BET Awards and Soul Train Award-winning artist. She's a mother, a sister, and she happens to be my neighbor. Welcome to the NeNe Leakes Show, my friend, my neighbor, and an honorary Georgia peach, Miss Tamar Braxton! Put your virtual hands together, baby. Woo! My neighbor in the house.
That was a good introduction, friend.
Yes, friend. Can we toast real quick with some of this tropical rich?
Okay.
Wow. To you.
To you.
First, before we even get started, me and Tamar got to have a little girl talk. I got to tell her this right off the bat. Are you following me on social media?
Yes.
Because you are known for unfollowing people.
I am.
Okay, why?
Because, the energy is off or...
I just wake up one morning and Tamar had done totally unfollowed me. So
Yeah.
I'm so glad we get to set this straight because she unfollowed. Why?
I don't remember.
You don't?
Uh-uh.
You unfollowed Tony. Why?
Because the shit worked on my nerves.
Oh, God. You see what I'm saying?
We still talk,
But
girl. And me and you still talk when I
we
unfollow
do.
you.
So
Yeah.
I'm following her and she's following me.
I
So
am.
we're all good.
Yeah.
So as her neighbor, Tamar is like, okay, so you my neighbor. I don't feel like we neighborly.
No.
And I was like, Tamar, what are you saying?
You're not very neighborly. Like, you don't make it... Oh, like, if I needed some sugar, I'm not going to your house first.
She said that to me. She's like, NeNe, you are not neighborly. I want some vodka or something. I can't come over your house and get it. Why you feel like that?
Because you don't do that.
What you feel? What do I need to do? I need to just come over there and knock on the door and be like, Tamar,
Yeah.
here is the vodka. Here
Yeah.
is the shit. I need to do all that.
Yeah.
So at Tamar's house, I can tell. Like, Tamar has company all the time. She loves company. She has company. She has these games at her house. I have none of that. Like, me at my house, I'm more like private.
Private and zen. Yeah, and uninviting.
Oh, Tamar, stop lying. I'm
No,
so
it's
inviting.
true. I remember when I first moved over there and we didn't have no liquor and I just needed a drink. It was all
my
day.
God.
And I called you. I was like, and I could see your bar.
Yes,
right?
I have a bar.
And I'm like,
I do.
NeNe, I need a drink. Can I come get some vodka? Girl, I'm on my way out. What?
No, I do have a bar.
Yes.
And honestly, to be for real, like as a neighbor, like I am really like, I don't know, people don't really know that side of me. I'm really kind of like go in my house, close the door, be by myself, kind of like, I'm kind of not necessarily zen, but I'm actually really like, I'm kind of a loner in a sense.
Yes, you are.
I'm kind of a loner in a sense. And I want to say, I don't know that I've always been a loner. I feel like I'm more of a loner because I've been through a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've been through a lot of things, so I just kind of like, I want to make my home a place of peace.
Yeah.
And
But you like your personal space.
I am like that. Do you
Yeah.
not like that?
I am, but I grew up with a lot of people in my house.
Okay, that's
So this is probably where this is manifesting.
yeah. So you like having company.
Yeah, I like having company.
I actually don't like having company.
But I get that.
Is
My
that
mother don't
clear?
either.
I don't like having company. I mean, I wanna have planned company.
Got it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, okay, this Saturday I'm having people over.
Yeah.
Like if I just have like a pop-up guest, now that would make my week get a lot of flyaways.
Yeah.
Because I can't even imagine.
Yeah.
Because I want to be prepared for you.
But you had a soiree at your house, and I was not invited. I had to
did?
watch from the window.
That's a lie.
I did.
had a Thanksgiving.
You had a Thanksgiving.
Yeah, but
and you
you-
didn't know if I
but
was
you-
hungry or not.
I know you ain't hungry. Now that I do know because I've called Tamar. Me and Tamar have FaceTime late at night, and Tamar is over there fixing corn on the cob, all kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So one of these things I got to tell you that I noticed about you as a neighbor, Tamar, I hear you singing.
You do?
Yes.
Why you ain't never told me that?
I'm telling you now.
Oh, shit.
I hear you singing out loud. And I be wondering, I'm like, now Tamar way over there. I hear her singing.
I didn't
I
know
heard you
that.
singing with somebody else too. Somebody else was singing.
Probably James or something.
Yeah, you guys were singing together. And I'm like, I hear Tamar singing. I want to do the other people on the other side here.
I
sing.
wonder. They don't say nothing.
I don't say anything either.
Why you don't?
I just thought I'd be laying in bed like, now wait a minute now. What is happening over here? Is
Yeah.
Tamar out here? You're that loud. Your vocals are insane. Tamar vocals are just...
Thank you, sis. What? You know what? I had heard that Summer lives over there. Did she live across from you?
No. I don't want to say who my neighbor is
Okay,
on
okay.
the other side of me, but it's a big producer. So you know the producer?
No.
Yes, you do.
I do not know who you talking about.
Are you serious? Stop playing with me.
I'm telling you, I don't know who you talking about.
Because I was about to ask you if you guys have done anything
Who?
together. He's like really big.
Who? Linda Hall.
No, stop playing with me.
No, I promise. Who you talking about?
Metro Booming.
He live over there?
He's my neighbor. You on one side and he's the other side of me.
How come I did not know that till right now?
Are you serious that you didn't know that?
I did not
because
know
I
that.
actually started to ask him one day, like, you know, had he worked with you? Yeah, I want to say like Tamar's here. Have
I
you
don't
guys
think he
worked
knows
together?
that.
He does.
He does?
Yeah, I think he does.
Have y'all had a conversation about me?
No. His girl does makeup. And so she did my makeup one day.
Oh.
She's a professional makeup artist. So she did my makeup one day. And I think he's a fan.
No, we're acquainted.
Yeah. I
Like
think
in
he
real
would-
life, but I didn't know he lived over here.
I thought that and I know for sure that he would love to work with you.
Oh, I would too. I'm a
Yeah.
big fan too.
He's
great.
Literally, you're here, me, and then him.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So that's where Summer be going?
Probably that's where she may be going.
Oh,
That
okay.
may
She
be
go
where
to our
she's
nail
going.
salon.
Oh, does she say? I
Yeah.
don't see her there.
I've
So
seen
you
her
know
there.
what? Me and you used to go to the same nail salon. We don't anymore.
You don't go over there no more?
Because you were going right by Sovereign, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and so I don't. I go, on Peach Street.
Okay, got it.
I feel like that's her sister.
That's our sister.
They look exactly alike.
Yeah.
So I've never seen Summer there though.
Yes, I'm gonna go there. I see
Wow.
the little girl there. She's so cute.
Wow. So I got to tell you guys, Tamar comes from a very large family. And when I say I want to do some girl talk with Tamar and I recently were at one of our favorite restaurants in our neighborhood, which is Houston. And she was there along with Tony. And Tony is kind of like me too.
Very, y'all
really
alike.
very. It's Tamar always say, NeNe, you and Tony need to be best friends because we are very similar. But we had this great lunch together at Houston, and it was amazing. And you had a lot to say then. But Tamar comes from a very large family with all of these sisters, and you are the baby of the bunch.
The
Tamar.
youngest.
How was it growing up in the house with is it 5 of you guys?
It's 5.
5 of you guys, and you being the baby of everybody.
And then my brother, so it's 6.
Yeah. So how is that?
It was a lot, you know.
think?
I do think. I mean, it was a lot of fun. But I think once I got older, it became a lot because they always looked at me as what you say, the baby, and expected me to be a baby forever, not be a woman.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, but Tamar, you have a lot to say. I know they didn't expect you to be the name.
Everybody has a lot to say. I think all of my sisters is just like me, very opinionated, you know what I mean? And I just think that I am the loudest. Like you say, you can hear me sing. So because I am the loudest, they forget that they're just as opinionated as I am.
So when you come from a family that large with all of these sisters, is there one sister that's your favorite, or does your favorite switch and change?
It switches and changes. But Tony and I have always been like this, though, from birth.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then sometimes you be like, forget you, Tony, I'm going over here.
Sometimes she be like that, too.
Okay, so y'all just switched the thing up. Okay. That's cool. So my husband passed away, as everyone know, and Tamar had this amazing album. Was it Love and War?
It's before Love and War.
Which one
it
was
was called Ridiculous, and it came out in 2000.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
And so there was this song on there that Greg and I used to play all the time that we absolutely love. So at Greg's repast, I asked Tamar if she was singing. Tamar was like, that song?
I couldn't believe it. I took that song out of retirement because of you and Greg.
I loved it, Tamar. It was such a great song. What was it called?
If You Don't Want to Love Me. And you know what? Tasha Scott wrote that song.
Oh, did she?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's great.
Yeah,
now.
she's talented.
It was really good, Tamar. So I asked Tamar if she would come bring the song out of retirement and please sing this song at the repast. And she did. Not only did Tamar sing the song at the repast, Tamar basically hosted and brought up each vocalist to the stage during Greg's repast.
It was my pleasure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would do it all over again. And
Thank
then
you so
some.
much.
No, thank you.
It was so great.
It was great because, you know, I remember Greg and Vince. Vince never really had homeboys.
Yes.
And Greg was a real good friend to Vince. And so I really appreciate Greg. I love Greg.
I love that Greg and Vince had connected.
Yeah.
So once Tamar and I connected, I got to tell you guys this story. Tamar was turning 21. And Vince called us up. He said he's throwing this whole birthday weekend for Tamar. And Tamar and Vince had this massive home out in what they call Calabasas, right? In the Calabasas area. And so he was flying Greg and I in along with all of these other celebrities like Tiny and T.I. and Dr. Jackie, because she was your baby's, your baby's, your OBGYN.
She's been my OBGYN since I was 18.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, and she delivered
She
your
know this
baby.
coochie through and through.
Not through and through. So she was there along with all of these people. And I'm being my private self that you guys don't know, I did not want to stay at Tamar's house. And so Vince kept telling Greg that, we're going to stay at their guest house. And I was like, Greg, I'm telling you right now.
You didn't want to stay there?
No, we are not staying because I don't like to bother people. And I was like, I am not staying at Tamar's house. You're going to get our hotel room like you're supposed to get our hotel room, right? And so and Greg said he told Vince, and we're staying at our hotel. So the car picked us up from the airport and it takes us to Tamar's house.
Yeah, that's a Vince move.
Yeah, I was really like steaming.
I
was like, I'm not staying here. Then they took us outside to Tamar's mini guest house. Okay, because this was not, you didn't have one guest house, you had like 2 or 3 guest houses. So I stayed in one of the guest houses. So I stayed in the guest house, and being my private self, oh my God, this is like really personal, you guys. I started my period. Oh my God. I was so dead on arrival. Oh my God. Let me tell you guys how crazy and personal I am. So here I am in Tamar's guest house, and I'm thinking, okay, what am I going to do with the pad?
Throw it in the trash.
And I was like, I'm not putting it in Tamar's trash.
That's crazy.
So I will put it in my purse. I was like, I am not leaving my blood over here. This is crazy. I don't even want them to know this.
Now, I will
So
do that if I'm at a boy's house.
I was so.
I get that.
Greg was looking at me like I had really
Yeah,
lost
but it's
it.
my house.
I know. Greg was on my case like, NeNe, cut it out. I was
Yeah,
like,
really.
I can't do this. This is just too much. When are they going to empty the trash? And I was just going nuts about the whole thing. But we stayed at Tamar's house. It was insanely beautiful. Tamar had a chef. Well, Vince had a chef. He's surprising Tamar this whole weekend. It was absolutely gorgeous. Now, if I remember, you guys had a parking garage underneath your house that held about 25 cars. Crazy, Tamar.
Yeah.
Y'all were doing the big.
Yeah.
Where the money at, girl?
I mean, God is good.
God was great, honey.
He's still
Vince
in the
was
blessing business.
balling.
Yeah.
I was like, wow.
Yeah.
And Greg and Vince became so cool that Vince would actually call Greg up a lot and speak to him. And I love that for them.
Yeah, me too.
And they started a really great relationship. I remember we all went on a date to Mr. Chow.
Yep.
And that was one of you guys' favorite restaurants.
That was Vince's favorite restaurant.
Yeah, Vince would always order everything off of the
Everything.
menu. At this
But
time,
we do that.
yeah, we
Me and
do
you
that.
still do that.
I still do that to
Yeah,
this day.
me too.
Usually when I go to a restaurant, I order the whole menu.
Me too.
And I don't want to eat it all. I just want to taste
Taste
it
it.
all. That's all I want to do is just taste this, and this. But I've dated some guys, as of late. You can't order the whole menu. They're looking at you all
They don't
sideways.
understand that.
Like, girl, you trying to spend too much money. I can buy this myself, boy.
Hello.
Like, you don't really understand.
Yeah.
So I remember that little story with me, you, and Vincent. Then we went to Vegas.
Yes, we
Remember that?
did.
We had a good time out in Vegas. We had a good time.
Remember
They
Joe and
were-
Roxy was there?
Yes,
That was a
we
good
had-
time.
Listen, we had a time in Vegas, and Vince paid for everything.
Yeah.
At this time, Vince was managing
Gaga.
Gaga.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Are you and Gaga cool?
Yeah.
Y'all have a good
We
relationship?
have a great relationship.
Yeah.
I know her as Stephanie.
Okay, you know her as Stephanie.
Yeah.
Y'all didn't even know her name was.
Yeah, Stephanie.
Okay. I didn't know her name was Stephanie. I thought her name
Hold
was
on a
Gaga.
second. You got to pull your titty in. Your shirt.
Oh,
Period.
thank you.
Where's the wine?
The champagne. He said that he brought a bottle of champagne in here.
But they don't got what you.
But that's okay.
What-
What kind is?
what they got?
You got his champagne is?
Okay, so let's talk about this. I'm a Moet girl. You still a Moet girl?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
They're bringing some Moet.
The people don't
Yeah.
understand
I'm
the
a Moet.
Moet.
I'm only a Moet.
Me
girl.
too.
Let me tell you something. So my the guy that I date more than anybody
Mm-hmm.
else, sometimes he like to drink Voo.
I think it makes you burp.
We on the same type of time. Damn gastro
Yeah, it's
system
a lot.
is working
It does
the
a lot.
same. Because every single time I drink, I am burping and burping and burping.
I
It's
hate
like
it.
you got all these bubbles. I am definitely a Moet girl. So Moet, if you're looking, honey,
Yeah.
we're gonna need to get some bottles. over
Moet
here on the
Hennessy,
NeNe Leakes
baby.
Show, honey.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, but
I
you
do
mentioned
that.
something. I want to ask you something.
Yeah.
So are you exclusive with the person you be dating most of the time? Y'all exclusive?
Well, I was exclusive. I don't believe they were.
What do you mean were? Are we done with that?
I don't believe
We
that.
not done with that. We not done with that. That's,
I'm not exactly sure if they are exclusive. I'm exclusive.
we
But they're
exclusive
not.
girls.
Yeah, I'm very much a lover girl. I
Yeah.
say that all the time here on my show. I'm a lover girl. I love relationship. I love my one dude.
Yep.
That's all I'm doing is him. Like, I'm not doing anything,
Yeah, yeah.
right? But I would have to say I don't believe that he was.
You don't think so?
No. I think at one point, yeah. But I think that if you live in Atlanta, I have to speak very bluntly in order for me. Listen, you guys, I like to keep it 100, but I am learning to keep it about 75.
Yeah.
So work with me because I believe that keeping it 75 going to take you a whole lot further
Yeah,
than
to
keeping
100.
it 100. Okay?
1,000%.
Because people are not ready for 100.
No, they're not.
But this time I'm gonna keep it 100. So Tamar, I gotta go back a little bit
Yeah.
and ask you this, because you guys are a music family.
Yeah.
And you guys went from music to reality television. That's a big transition.
Yeah.
So I want to say, if I remember correctly, you and Vince produced the Braxton
And funded.
and funded it yourselves. And but anyway, how was that transitioning from music to reality TV?
For me, I just felt like it was a necessity as Black women to to have that type of television on TV.
Yeah.
Because this was right around the time when you all first started
Yeah.
Housewives, and you all were girlfriends.
Yeah.
But
The Kardashians were out, and they were a family sort of like you guys.
they were a family, sort of, but we didn't really quite, at that time, know what they did. We just knew that they were our family.
And when I say sort of, I mean like they have a beautiful mom.
They
She has
do.
all these beautiful daughters.
And she do.
And so your mom's the same. Evelyn is her. She's the queen, and then she has all these beautiful daughters.
Yeah, but I knew it was important because where me and my sisters were, we were in every different walk of life. Some of us were trying to figure it out, trying to figure our marriages out, trying to financially figure it out. My sister was still living in a small town, and you know what I mean? And being from this big family, I knew that it was important to Black women that we see ourselves on TV. And this is why let's go back. This is why it is very important to pick the right partner.
Right.
Because I told my partner what my vision was, and he made that shit happen.
Okay, that's good. He was a team player.
He was a team player. And you
So
got to
how
be
does
careful.
that work though, Tamar? Because on my show, I do a segment called Ladies of Success, Our Girl Bosses. So you guys came up with the idea, and then you went to
I came
pitch
up
it
with the
to-
idea.
And then you went to a network.
I had no idea what I was doing.
Okay.
I went to the
Yeah.
network, and me and Vince was having pitch meetings. And Vince
didn't
is a
even know
music
you was
guy,
in a pitch
and we
meeting.
didn't even know what the fuck we was doing. We were just
Right.
telling the story.
Right.
We sold the show 5 times.
Just telling the story.
Just telling the story.
What your vision was.
What the vision was, and then we got a couple of deals to shoot the sizzle. Actually, Bravo.
Yeah.
And we shot the sizzle, and they wanted to pick up the show, and we just couldn't get it together contractually with everyone
Right.
involved. And then we
Because
sold
in a
it.
situation like that, all the sisters got to sign.
Every
It's like
sister got to sign.
Housewives. All of us got to sign. Yeah.
Yeah,
And what you couldn't get together, the money or the
I
language.
think that individually people had different visions.
But they were on board to do
I think that individually people had different
visions. But they were still on board because they all ultimately did it.
Okay.
They did.
Yeah.
No, they all ultimately
I don't think
did.
initially. I think that it became real after the third network.
Okay, let me ask you this because I've obviously I've done reality TV. So when you guys are doing this, do everybody get Favors Nation? Like everybody's paid the same? Or no, you guys are paid different? So that right there.
It's the problem. And,
That's it.
you know, and that was
That's
the
the
initial problem because we wanted it to be favorite nations, you know,
Yeah.
because Vince and I didn't do it for a financial gain. We had no idea how much we would make.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's the same with
We
me.
just
Yeah.
knew that it was necessary for television and for our community.
Right.
And because, like you said, me and Vince were I was already cat.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. You
I was
was
already
already
doing
good.
it.
Right.
It didn't make the money didn't make or break me, basically.
At that
But for some people, it was important.
So your dad did the show?
Yeah.
Was he paid as well?
Yep.
Okay. So you guys do have a lot of people that have to get their money side together. That's
Vince
a lot.
wasn't playing it.
Yeah, it's a lot
Yeah.
though. So with you and Vince being the producer, do you have a say, or you just don't have a say? You just,
At first, we
you
did
just in
not.
the producer
Like I
credit.
said, you know, we didn't know what we were doing, and I know that the network knew that we didn't know what we were doing.
Yeah.
and they used that to
Same.
their advantage.
Same.
And so we ended up basically giving them our show, not
Same.
selling our show. We gave them our show, and then most recently, I got my show back.
Oh, nice. So you're now producing on that show. Okay. So
It's my show.
I gotta say to you guys, Tamar did The Real. How many years did you do The Real?
3 seasons, I think.
You did The Real for 3 seasons. So this is a little story that a lot of you guys do not know out there. I was asked to be on The Real. And this was in the beginning of the process of them casting. I think it was, I'm sure it was Tamar and the other girls, but I was asked to be one of the first girls when the show first originally started. I had the contract. And I ended up not doing The Real, and they ended up casting Lonnie Love. Y'all know y'all would have liked me first. I'm just kidding. I was on Real Housewives of Atlanta, so I just did not do The Real. But Tamar ultimately did The Real, and I remember so well talking
I
to
wish they would
Tamar.
have told me.
Really?
Yeah.
I remember
because-
talking to Tamar. I remember talking to you, and you said this to me, like they had casted all of you guys, and you were like, we're all going out to dinner. I believe all y'all went to like Mr. Chow.
Cause Vince.
Yeah, y'all all went together to Mr. Chow to kind of like, just make sure that you guys were friends and sisters, and you guys had the same vision and all that. You produced on there as well.
I did.
Wow,
I had a hand
Tamar.
in creating the show. That's why I'm saying I wish they would have told me that, because I wouldn't have cast Big Bad Cadillac.
I'm finna get ready to leave.
We probably would be in our 10th season by now. Thanks. Ain't that dumb?
Red, I can't stand your laugh.
And that's no shade.
So Tamar, Big Back Cadillac. What happened?
How back get so big?
I don't know. But what happened, Tamar? Because okay, so when we say Big Back Cadillac, who are we talking about?
The person you just named.
Oh, so Lonnie ended up being the person in the place of where I think, that's what I think. I'm just assuming now. They came to me with the contract for the reel, and then I ultimately did not do it.
I
because
don't
of the Real
understand
Housewives.
that.
Well, and when I
did
go back,
did
to
Bravo
things,
not let you do
I
it?
think it was Lonnie. I could have been wrong, but you just put me on to something thinking like we had two big personalities. But I don't think, because they knew you were coming from the jump.
They knew that. They built the show
Like,
around
I
it
always
because we-
thought it was Lonnie. I always thought it was Lonnie.
Did she tell the people that?
You and Vince pitched this. How did this go?
did.
How did this work?
So we was at the Beverly Hills Hotel. That's Vince's other place.
Yeah.
And I had a meeting with Telepictures.
Nice.
And they wanted to explore doing the Tamar Braxton talk show.
Okay.
And that's something, it's still a big dream of mine, right?
Yeah.
And at that time, I had the Braxtons, I had Tamar and Vince, I had Love and War, and that was gone crazy, right? And they was like, well, you're gonna have to be here every day. And Vince was like, absolutely not.
Nah.
So let's build a show where there's people around her. So if she's out, that the show can carry on.
Right.
And we went from there, and we did we had a lot of what's the name of it, tests.
Yeah, those
we had
tests,
2 days.
yeah.
I was big and pregnant too, where people would come in and out and do test shoots with me. And I met with Sally Ann Celcino, who's still a good friend of mine, and we came up with a lot of show ideas, and we created the reel.
Okay, so who came up with the name? Did they?
Sally Ann.
Okay, she came up with the name.
Yeah, but
the
we
reel.
pondered for like weeks and weeks, and she called me and said, the reel. It's like, oh, okay.
So when you're producing a show like The Real, do you have a say-so in the casting, or you really?
I had a lot of say so. I casted Tamara and
Okay,
also
you did.
casted Adrian.
Okay, nice.
And Sally Ann casted Jenny Ma,
Uh-huh.
and I'm assuming she casted Big Bad Cadillac.
Yeah. Okay. So Big Bad Cadillac. I mean, not Big Bad Cadillac.
Big Bad Cadillac.
I said it wrong. I mean, so we're talking about Lonnie. I've actually done a lot of work with Lonnie. I recently did the Oscars with Lonnie.
good.
So I also had
She had kitten heels on.
I had ladies.
Did she have kitten heels on?
I can't remember, but I did Ladies Night Out in comedy, and she was on that show as
Was
well.
she easy to work with?
I just hosted it, and Greg kind of like helped, yeah.
She wanted to go on last.
She went on last. Yeah, she closed the show, if I make no mistake. She did close the show. I actually hosted the show, so I went in between every artist, as the host. I brought each artist to the stage. So, like working on Housewives, when I'm working with all of these different personalities, we don't always get along. How was it with the rest of the girls that over at The Real?
Listen, let me tell you something. It's the craziest thing, and it was so heartbreaking. I know you remember at that time, because I used to call you every
Yes,
single
you
day,
did. Yes,
a
you
few
did.
times a day. I was
Yeah.
heartbroken because
You
those
were.
girls were like my sisters.
Yeah.
But thank God now, me and Tam are real close. Me and Adrian is real close. Her husband and I are real close. Yeah, I have a good. I haven't seen Jeannie. I would like to though.
Okay.
Yeah.
She was out here in Atlanta for a while.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but on a show like that, Tamar, obviously there's different personalities, and everybody isn't getting along, right? How did you exit The Real? What really happened?
I don't know. It was the summertime. It wasn't even in production. It's really difficult to talk about because now the relationship with WeTV and myself now that like they're really going out of their way to repair that relationship.
Yeah.
And so I don't really want to speak about the past
Right.
so much
Right,
because
right,
they
right,
have done right by me
Right.
now.
Right.
But I think that at that time it was a lot of smoke and mirrors and it was a lot of rocks thrown and they were trying to protect themselves. But I was definitely in a slave contract. Like I said before, Vince and I had no idea what we were doing. We had
Yeah.
no idea what we were signing.
Right.
And the refusal to change the paperwork instead of the money let us in to situations
yeah.
we couldn't do shit.
So without speaking about the contract and the network, I mean the girls, your castmates.
I don't think it had anything to do with them
Any of
outside
them.
of Big Bad Cadillac.
You
But
don't
I do know for certain that Big Bad Cadillac had multiple meetings about me.
really
Yes.
to take you off the show.
Take me off of the show. She didn't understand why I had so much time off, although I was in the hospital fighting for my life.
But as a producer
Yeah,
and a talent on the show.
yeah. But when someone else owns you, that
Yeah.
other
That's
contract
very
that you
true.
have
That's very true. People don't
outside
know
of that
that.
is non and void, really.
Real.
Because you know,
you don't
you're
have that
second in
kind of
position.
control. Right. So with the guests coming on the show, do you guys get to say, oh no, don't bring NeNe on the show because I really don't like NeNe right now. So you don't
Yeah, but I know Big Bad Cadillac said that about somebody else that I was having beef with, and that was absolutely not true. But I think obviously you wouldn't want somebody on your talk show that has an issue with
Yeah.
another host.
Yeah, another host.
But and she would say a lot of that, like, because I remember Todd Chrisley called me, and he was saying that Big Bad Cadillac was saying that I don't want him on the show. And we were friends. I was like, what are you talking about? I didn't even know that you was trying to get on the show.
Right.
And I think there was something with Toya that she put in her book that I stopped her from being on the show, and I didn't even know anything about it. But I do know that first season and second season that they were trying to not get so many reality people
Right,
on the show because we wanted to be looked at as a real talk show.
Right,
And that
I
had nothing
understand
to
that.
do with me.
Yeah,
You know what
I
I mean?
understand
The
that.
booker for the show is the booker for the show. That's not my job.
Well, how do you handle that when you have a friend like NeNe and I'm like, I want to be on the show, and you're like, well,
I would
we
never
can't-
do that.
We
Like-
can't get you on right now.
You can put in for people.
Yeah, you
know
can,
what I
okay.
mean? You can put in for people, but I didn't have anything to really do with that.
So do you think somewhere down the road you and Lundy will repair your relationship?
For what?
I mean,
What's
listen,
the relationship?
things happen.
Listen, let me tell you something. The relationship matters when it needs to matter. You know what I mean? When somebody's
Yeah.
supposed to have your back and they don't have your back, how we gonna go back?
I don't know.
You wrote about me in your book, dog.
I don't
You didn't call me. You didn't say nothing to me. You let the public think that I was a problem. And you know you've never had a problem with me. And that's my issue. You know what I mean? Like, we never had a falling out. She was always welcome to my home.
Yeah.
I don't know. And
I saw her at your home during that birthday weekend.
during the birthday weekend, she would come and play with Logan, and and then she would get on the Breakfast Club and have a whole nother different conversation, and that's hurtful.
Well, people have said things like you fall out with your friends. So did you fall out with Tiny?
Did I? No, I think Tiny and I had a disagreement because we were on tour
Because
together.
you're her daughter's.
Godmother, and she's Logan's godmother.
Yeah, that little girl is so talented.
She's me.
Isn't she?
She's me at
She
at that
really
age.
is. She really
Yeah.
is. But are you guys talking?
Yeah, we're good.
You guys are good. You guys are good. So that's good. I mean, listen, I feel like as girlfriends, we're all.
But why do people say I fall out with everybody?
I mean, I don't know. That's what they said.
No, that's what my sister said.
Okay, they say you fall out with everybody. Okay,
That's a lot.
Okay, you and Candy, what's your problem?
Candy, if you're watching, and we know you're watching, the thing is this: we don't have an issue with you. We're not jealous of you. We actually celebrate your success. No, seriously, but you got to be a better person. And the reason why you got to be a better person is because it's not fair to the people who have been following our careers, knowing that you are doing things behind the scenes, knowing that you are lying on people.
Now, behind the scenes,
No,
honey.
it's not fair. It's not fair because we like you, we cheerlead for you, y'all got black love, you know, we're happy for you. It has nothing to do with that. But for you to deliberately use the public's opinion to manipulate them into thinking that people are really coming after you when we're not, that's not right. And for you to sit back and because you have the public's opinion, because it's so easy because of the character you have created on Housewives and things like that, to fall into that, that's not fair because you know I didn't do nothing to you. I apologized to that girl in that conversation 15 times.
I would love to sit down with Candy.
Well, I'm not sitting down with her until she tells the people.
I would love to sit down with Candy.
I'm not, because it's
I
not
said
fair.
I would love to sit down with
Oh, that's great.
Candy.
I'm not sitting down until
we
she says, hey, party people, I lied, and now we can sit down. Because I want to know why.
Would you sit down with Lonnie?
For?
You said if they said I lied
Well, sit down. I think
just
that
to clear the air, just so that we can move on.
the
and we
air
can
is cleared.
Okay,
Sometimes
so-
you have to accept people's behavior and take that into character. And that's not a person that I want in my life. I want
That's true.
real,
It's not that you have to
tangible
have
people.
them in your life, Tamar. You can love people from afar.
And
but
I
you
do.
also can just move on. Like just
And I
to
have.
be able to talk to people. And
I
move
haven't
on.
talked about Big Back Cadillac till now.
Okay, so then you won't talk about her again.
Ever. For what?
It doesn't even make any sense. It's like, okay, at this point, let's just move on.
I wish her and her kitten wheels well. Kitten heels. Well,
I can't take it because I can't wear that size heel.
yes, you can. We wear the same size.
Sure, but I can't wear them heels. Them things is tall, girl.
Okay,
Damn.
so here is the thing.
No.
I'm coming back on the NeNe Leakes Show because I'm coming to meet my man.
Oh, well, we can
NeNe
have.
is the best matchmaker ever.
I'm a good matchmaker. Listen, we are going to do a segment on the NeNe Leakes Show called Take the Rose or Take the Road. And so,
The Rolls Royce.
take the rose
Rose.
or take the roads. And so,
Can I
we
come
would
back
do
for
that.
that?
I would love you to come back for that. But listen, you're on tour right now.
I am.
And you're doing music. What's next for you?
Oh, so many things.
I know. Do you think you will fall in love again? Would you ever marry again? You a lover girl, Tamar.
I am.
So you would definitely get married again. Are you faithful in your relationship? Do you cheat? You had to think about that shit?
No, I just had to take a deep breath.
Because
No, I'm not a cheater.
I'm not a cheater at all.
But I have before.
I've never well, I
Yeah.
guess I can't say
We
I
all
never-
have.
I wasn't
We all
legally
have.
divorced, and I started seeing somebody. So
I didn't
guess
want to,
that's
though.
cheating, but that was not. We were done at that time. We were done. So I was not legally divorced, but we had moved on.
Yeah, but
both
when
of
I
us.
love, I love.
Yeah, me too. Me too. So the guy that I started dating right after my husband died, I was with Tamar out that night. And a lot of people don't know. A lot of people tried to put it on Peter, but it was never
not.
Peter. It was never Peter. It was Tamar and I out. And crazy story, we were out at this great restaurant lounge, and Tamar and I and another girlfriend of mine, and so we started talking about the type of guys that we like. And so I said to Tamar, what kind of guy do you like? And she was like, you see that guy over there? I like a guy that looks just like that right there. And I was like, oh my God, really? And so that guy got ready to exit the building. He had to walk past us to exit the building. And I said, excuse me, sir, excuse me. What's your name? And he said, blah, blah, blah. And I said, well, this is my friend Tamar. And she would like to meet you. He on a tight suit jacket. His chest was
He look like
popping out.
Popeye.
He was fine in chocolate. Woo! And so he said, I'm actually getting ready to go to another place that I have a guy friend that's waiting on me to come. Why don't you guys come over and meet me there? And we were like, say less.
You're right.
We on the way. So we got our check. He left and we met him over there. We get to the place that he's at. I had been to that place like a week before and met this guy. And so we walk in the building and his guy friend is the guy that I had met like a week ago. And I look at the guy and the guy was like, yeah, why you didn't text me back? I had text you. And I was like, girl was busy. I said, but listen, why don't all of us get together and have brunch tomorrow? And they were like, yeah, where? We can come meet right back here for brunch. I said, no. I own a restaurant. Why don't you guys come to my restaurant? They were like, you own a restaurant? Oh my God, I'm gonna come. And so they decided to come, and we double dated. Tamar, the guy in the tight jacket that she liked in the place.
I'm not tight jacket.
And the dude I have been publicly known to date.
Yeah.
And been dating him ever since then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And me and the
And
other
it
guy.
was literally Tamar and them.
Homies.
Together. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the other guy turned out, I'm sure you guys have been in relationships like that, turned out to be Tamar's homie and not her lover.
Nope.
So they end up being like besties.
Besties.
And then me and the other guy end up being lovers.
Which is crazy.
Right. Yeah.
That was a good time, sis.
That was a good time. We had a good time. We traveled together. We went down to Miami. We had a blast
We
together.
acted up.
I already know how much of a lover girl you are. Like, I really know. Like, people need to understand her. And I think girls like us, Tamar, with big personalities, I like for my man to take control and take over. When I get home, I just want to be chill. I just want to be loved. I don't have time for none of the BS. I just want you can take over. You can drive however you want to drive. We can go wherever you want to go. What would you like to eat? I'm good. I'm so submissive to the situation. It's crazy. You're submissive?
Extremely.
Oh, do you like sex?
Sometimes.
Would you date a girl?
No.
Oh, you know
I'm not a lesbian.
Oh, you're not? Okay, so.
Are you a lesbian?
Definitely not a lesbian.
Okay, so that girl.
I could
Okay, that girl-looking
never.
guy you was dating looked like a stud.
Who? What guy? I've never dated a guy that
I still kind of wanted to know. I was going to ask you about
Who
it.
was it?
He looked like a stud.
The one that I was dating? The one that I'm currently dating?
Uh-uh.
Who?
The one right before that. We thought that was
Oh,
a
that
stud.
you thought it was a stud?
It was a stud. Have you seen it? You touched it? That's a stud.
Tim, I cannot believe you feel that way. If he knew that, because he kind of had an issue with you, he would just die.
That's a stud.
He
Did you
would
touch
just
it? You
have
saw
a
it
bit.
in person? You you
Of
touched
course, I seen it and saw it and felt it.
did?
The whole.
Sis, that's a stud.
When you're in a relationship, Tamar, and do you have sex every time your partner want to have sex, or you have sex? You have sex weekly. You believe in weekly. You believe in daily. You believe in. How do you believe?
I
the
believe
sex?
in daily.
Oh, you do. Okay, but if you out of town and they out of town, how do you do the daily?
You send pictures.
Oh, like that.
Yeah, stuff like
okay.
that.
I'm kind of shy about that
Why?
because I feel like I'm a public figure. And if I start doing that shit, I
The
feel
problem
like
is
that
you have
shit
to
come
trust the
back.
person that you're with.
But I want to be able to, but that's very hard to do.
It's
People
hard to do
play
here
so
in
many
Atlanta.
games today, you don't even know if it was real. You'll be back in your head like, I thought this was real.
Mm-hmm.
So check this out. I had a girlfriend of mine that had decided, she was married to a very wealthy guy,
Mm-hmm.
very rich. She didn't work or anything. And so they got a divorce. And after the divorce, she decided that she was not going to have sex at all for a long time. So she didn't have sex for 4 years. So she met this guy that she really, really, really liked. Fine, successful, meet all the qualifications. And she thought, I'm going to let him get it after all these years. So they start trying to get the situation going. And she said once he was there, she was like, oh, 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 the whole fucking time. And she said, and she was thinking to herself, well, God, he's thinking that he is like this amazing guy. And not that he wasn't, she was just like feeling all of this pain. Like,
She was out of practice.
Oh, ah, oh, oh. And because she hadn't had sex in 4 years. And so afterward, to the point of her telling him, stop, I can't do it. And he was like all disappointed. She went to her OGBYN and they told her she had a broken pussy.
You're lying.
No, serious.
I was with
and
you
she
till you
was
said that.
asking like, how did I get a broken pussy? And they said it was something about the walls of her Hello Kitty that was dry and had gone through.
She had went through menopause?
She was going into menopause.
Yeah, but there's things you
and
can
it's not-
do.
Yeah, but she didn't know, she wasn't doing anything. She was just saving her Hello Kitty. And suddenly the doctor said, you have a broken pussy now. And the man,
Who asked the doctor?
after that, the man didn't even want to go out with her no more.
I wouldn't.
He didn't want to go out with her no more. And she had waited 4 years to find the guy that she really wanted to give her Hello Kitty to, and she wanted to give it to
So
him.
why he didn't want to go out? Because she said he got.
I don't know. It was just a very embarrassing moment. That everything, he couldn't even hardly touch her, and she was screaming, ow, ooh, ooh,
She did too much.
Ooh. And she said it was really hurting very badly. And it was, not Tamar, stop, not because it was his size, but because her pussy was broken. Watch out for the broken pussies.
That's crazy.
You do not want to have a broken pussy, not
I
in this
don't
day
think
and time. So you got to make sure that thing stays juicy and wet.
I mean,
I'm telling
I
you.
think that it's unfortunate for her because that lets me know because she didn't use it. She didn't think she should go to the doctors.
Yeah, she didn't use her Hello Kitty.
No.
Now, I heard somewhere where you are celibate.
Yeah.
You are? You're not doing that. Are you using a dildo?
I don't do that.
Do you play with it? Why you don't do that?
Why?
I mean, so you don't want to do that? Because I know that you're a sexual girl. So
In a relationship.
so you kind of like me, Tamar. If I'm not in a relationship, I don't even think about sex. It don't even cross my motherfucking mind.
Me either. I don't even care.
I don't even care. I just be just moving on about my day. It don't even bother me. Now, the moment I get in a relationship, I'm like, man, how often this gonna happen?
But I am on prep, though.
I don't understand that, Tamar.
What do you mean?
Why would you tell people that? Why would you come out publicly and tell people
I
that
think
you're
that
on
women
prep,
need
though?
to have that conversation because
It's not that
definitely,
it shouldn't be a public thing or it's
sister,
not that
it is
happen.
dangerous in these
I
streets.
get it, but I just feel like that's something that you should stay private.
No,
with.
I think that women need to have the conversation about being on prep and having open conversations about it and not gatekeeping the
Does
fact.
prep make you sick? Does it make you poop all the time? I thought I
Not
heard
for
if
me.
you take poop, prep, you poop a lot.
Maybe for men, but for women, I don't. I mean, I poop all the time anyway.
But you're not having sex, so
Not right
you're
now.
taking prep just
I'm
in
preparing
case,
myself.
preparing yourself. So how
because
long do
I'm
you have to be on
dating.
it?
So here's the thing: I'm dating.
So you're dating.
I don't know
You might decide.
if somebody lucky night is the lucky night.
Okay, so you're dating. Are you on a dating app?
No,
Would you get on one?
no,
Why? I
because I'm
kinda
too
think-
famous.
Oh, I think that makes it even better.
Oh no, I don't want to date another.
You date younger?
I would.
How much?
A lot of young guys come after me a lot.
Yeah, how much younger?
Maybe 10 years.
I say the same. I say the same. Do you think guys, older are like stuck in their ways?
It's not even about that. I just want it to work.
Yeah, and you feel like older won't work. Is that it?
I'm skeptical.
Yeah, because your last dude, he wasn't old.
No, we were the same age.
Yeah, he was actually a nice age. I gotta say this before we get ready to go. Tamar, you're a mom.
I am.
And how old is Logan?
11.
He's 11. He's growing up really, really fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
So,
going to go see Kendrick Lamar. He is.
oh, do you
over
think
the
he'll
moon.
do music?
No, he's a gamer.
Oh, is he? Does he sing at all?
Nope. He's a gamer.
All right.
Yeah, the only reason why I haven't put him on Twitch is because he's 11.
Yeah, he's 11. It's really too soon.
Yeah,
Do
but
you
he's
try to
so
keep
good.
him from the public?
I do, but he's a gamer
Yeah.
and that's just who he is.
Yeah. Do you let him have a social media page?
He has one, but he's not active. He doesn't.
You don't watch it and see what he's doing?
He's not on it. He doesn't care. He's always gaming.
Does he do TikTok?
No, he's always gaming. He's a gamer.
I know a lot of the kids love TikTok. with
Yeah,
all the
I'm a
videos and stuff.
TikToker, but he's a Twitch kid.
So he's not into it. Not yet. Before you go, one last thing I got to say to you that you and your mom recently invited me. You guys have your cooking show.
We do.
Okay, how is that going?
Amazing.
Are you a good cook?
Nene, you ain't never had my food.
No, I haven't.
Oh, I should have.
When I was
fat
at your
arms.
house, you had a chef.
Yeah, I got TT arms. I should have TT arms. I cook like that.
Really?
Yeah.
So your mom cooked too?
My mom does too.
Yeah. So
My mom used to cook with her sister. My mom had a bunch of sisters. A lot of people don't know that. Like
Oh,
us.
they didn't know that. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what they did.
So tell me about your cooking show really quick.
Okay, so it's called Sessions with Tamar and Miss E. It's the highest rated show on TV One history.
wow.
And I don't know, it's great. It's the greatest thing working with my mom because has been her dream. And so now that we're putting together a lifestyle brand with products and pots and pans and
I love
showing
that.
the people how to cook and yeah, I'm
Tamar,
about to be
you do a
billionaire Tam.
lot of things.
Yeah, baby. I'm
That's
not stopping
really-
until I'm a billionaire. Why not?
Yeah. Don't you love working?
You know I do, right?
I do too. You're like me on that, Tamar. I like to work. I like to keep it going.
I like to keep it going, but now I'm
too.
looking for my billionaire husband.
Me too. Do you love to travel?
I do.
I love to travel.
I don't
the
have
world.
time though, which is crazy.
I love
I
to
see the
travel.
girls on vacation and I'm like, I don't even know what that's like.
I know this is tour season. Like, how long do you guys tour for?
Until June, and then we go back out in the fall on my tour.
Okay, so you'll be ending soon, so you can actually travel.
I have some obligations I have to
Yeah,
do in
but
between.
you
Yeah, I'm taking Logan to Japan because he's a gamer, like I said.
Yeah, that's
And so
right.
he's going to meet up with some gamer friends.
Yeah,
and
Japan's a great place.
Yeah, and Logan, he's also, I think he is like an engineer as well because he wants to create games too.
Okay, before we go, I gotta do this real
Oh,
quick.
shit.
Okay, hold on one second. I gotta play this game.
I need
Okay,
water.
this is really quick.
Yes,
This
we
is a
do.
quick game, Tamar. I do not want you to go out here. Just ask. This game is called Would You Rather. Okay, Tamar. Would you rather sugar or salt in your grits?
Salt.
Okay. Would you rather?
Who wants cream of wheat? You eat
I
that?
don't know. I like salt. Would you rather tartar sauce or hot sauce on your fish?
Tartar.
Okay.
Slouchy.
Would you rather whole milk or buttermilk on your pancakes?
I don't eat none of that.
Oh.
Almond
Would
milk.
you rather Caroline rice or Uncle Ben's rice?
What the fuck is Carolina rice?
It's another brand.
Good answer.
So you like which one?
I've never heard of Carolina. What?
Would
y'all
you like
make that
Uncle
up?
Ben's?
What's Caroline rice though? I can't make a definitive
Okay.
answer without knowing.
Well,
that.
you want Uncle Ben's apparently. Okay. In baking
Uncle
the
Ben's
cake,
tastes cheap.
would you rather Betty Crocker or
And fake.
Duncan Hines?
Oh, dunk. Oh, wait.
If you baking
wait,
the cake out the box.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Betty
Because
Crocker.
one of them has butter recipe and the other one doesn't.
Which one?
Is that Dunkin'? Dunkin' Hines has the butter recipe.
Okay, there you go with your Duncan. Okay, would you rather beef or pork ribs?
Beef.
Okay. Would you rather baked or fried chicken?
Fried.
Yes, Tamar. You guys give me some virtual round of applause for my girl, my neighbor, Tamar Braxton. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to comment, subscribe, like, and hit that notification button because you don't want to miss a thing.